Good morning, students. Today we will come to know about short story. Now, short story is a bit different from other types of compositions, because in short story there are certain basic components which we need to follow while attempting this question. Now, the first comes originality. Now, the story must be entirely your own, means you cannot copy from a book, from a novel, or from a magazine, or from a film or serial or anywhere. Means you have to create your own story. Okay, the story must be entirely your own. You cannot copy it from anywhere. So the story must have originality. Next comes plot. Now, plot should be, means short story must have a good plot. Good plot in the sense it will start at the beginning, has to be rightly done. Then it should be the story should start in such a way that it will from the beginning it will turn to climax, and from climax to a definite conclusion. So there the sequence must be maintained, and the plot must appear convincing to the reader. Means anything cannot happen over here. It must be the sequence rather must be followed properly, and try to use your plot that you are familiar with. You have experience on certain thing, then only you should choose that plot. I hope you all understood this. Then comes characters. Now, in a short story, there must be at least 2 to 3 characters, because they are required to develop the plot, and the characters must appear like real people. Okay, means though they are imaginary, but their representation should be in such a way that it will not look like, it will not, when the reader will read, the reader will nowhere feel like, no, it cannot be a normal real person. It's something fictional, it's something imaginary. It shouldn't be like that. It should appear real like people. Okay, now they should have the sense, they should have to, the characters, they must be made like they can think, they can act, they can feel, so like normal human being. And above all, they must interact with each other. Means they have to talk to each other. They will be, there must, conversation must be there. Now, if you means their conversation only will be turned into the dialogues. But here you need to remember that there is a basic difference between drama and short story. So the direct speech or dialogues are required, but it should not be in such a number, it's such a manner rather, that they will appear like, then your short story will turn into drama. So if you include, suppose if you include 4 characters, now it's not necessary that all 4 characters will start talking to each other, then it will definitely turn into drama. So you need to be careful about this. Along with that, I would like to suggest you, while choosing your characters, try to provide them Indian name. Though you have a vague thought that if I provide the name of my character as John, it will be well accepted. If I provide Rahul, it will not be accepted. It's nothing like that. Rather, it's better if you choose Rahul, if you choose some Indian name, so whatever it can be. So it's better to use Indian name. And for your place selection, in that case also you should use Indian name. Now, if you do not have an idea regarding that particular place, you should not choose that place. And if you feel like that I cannot describe the place, but I have my own city, it should not be like fairyland. If you are composing your story something realistic, then try to decorate your city according to your imagination, and keeping your feet at the ground, obviously, and you have to provide it an Indian name, and that name you also can somehow create. So about the characters must interact with each other and they must appear like real people, right? They can means they should be uh, made like they can think, feel, act, and they can provide response as well. Now regarding dialogues, I have already discussed while I was discussing about characters. There must be a nice blend of direct speech as well as indirect speech, but proper punctuation is the must. Now direct speech should also be in a limit so that your short story do not turn into drama, right? Then comes setting and atmosphere. You need to be very judicious about choosing the setting as well as atmosphere, and it should be, you should avoid using some exotic locations or locales if you do not have a proper idea regarding that particular place. It's better if you choose something you are familiar with, otherwise it will be considered as factual errors. And then comes beginning and ending. So sometime you will be provided with certain words or certain sentence, one sentence, and you will be asked to start your composition with that sentence or those words, or you will be asked to end your composition with those words or with that particular sentence. So in such case you are compelled to do so. If you are asked to begin with, you have to. If you are asked to end with, then also you have to. Now nowhere you get a chance to not to follow that. Now if you are not provided with such words or sentences, rather you are asked to write a short story that will be having dash whatever it can be, as it's charity begins at home as your main point or central theme. Now you got the freedom to start your own composition in your own style. So here you can start the composition with a direct speech or something very striking that will strike the reader at the very beginning. Or if you are provided that write a short story and title this, so in that case also you got the opportunity or freedom to write your story in your own style. Only you need to provide the same title, and obviously the content must match with the title. Now ending, it's about starting. Now ending can be like, if you are told, if you are provided with the words, then you have no choice, but if you are not given, then you can end your story with a twist so that the reader keeps on thinking on that. And there is a very nice saying regarding short story, that a good short story is like when it's done, means you have completed reading that or you have completed writing that, then when the reader reads, the reader feels though it's the end of the story, but something the feeling remains unending, like the person keeps on thinking that though it's the end of the story, but I feel like it's not the end. So this type feeling should be there in a very nice piece of short story. So this is all about the short story. And the last thing you need to remember, once the story, you have completed the story, you need to provide a suitable title to it. So this is all about short story, and with this I think we have already learned about 6 types we have in our composition. So we have learned about all the 6 types. So I hope you all have understood this and you all have started writing your own compositions following the worksheets. Now if you need any sample for any type, you should let me know by sending email. So if you do that, I can definitely provide you sample answers for these types. So I will be waiting for your response. If you need, you must let me know, and you should take very good care of yourself. Keep on doing your work. Thank you. Have a nice day.